Well, frustrated with the lack of reform in existing power structures, many young people in the country want change and they're making their demands known. They are calling for another big rally this Sunday in Bangkok with less than a week after a protest at Thammasat University involving thousands. CNA's Thammasat has more from Bangkok.
Many rallies, almost on a daily basis, have taken place in the past month. But Monday's protest at Thammasat University was the largest by far. At least 3,000, mostly young people, gathered at campus on the outskirts of Bangkok to air their grievances. After being sidelined by the pandemic, the students are back protesting against the government of Prayut Chan-o-cha. They say that the political status quo does not represent true democracy. Their demands are as plentiful as they are ambitious, and they could be here for the long run. That rally also took an unprecedented turn when protesters called for reforms to the monarchy, an institution officially revered in Thailand. Anyone caught insulting the king can be jailed up to 15 years. But in a show of open defiance, activists on stage listed 10 demands aiming to curb the powers of the crown.
ข้อเรียกร้องเหล่านี้หาใช่ข้อเสนอเพื่อล้มล้างสถาบันกษัตริย์ไม่แต่เป็นข้อเสนอโดยความปรารถนาดีเพื่อให้สถาบันกษัตริย์ได้อยู่เป็นมิ่งขวัญให้แก่ประชาราษฎร์ภายใต้ระบอบประชาธิปไตยต่อไปทั้งนี้สถาบันกษัตริย์จะตั้งอยู่มั่นคงสถาพรในโลกยุคปัจจุบันได้นั้นจะต้องเป็นสถาบันกษัตริย์ที่ไม่มีอำนาจเกี่ยวข้องกับการเมืองถูกควบคุมและตรวจสอบวิพากษ์วิจารณ์ได้และไม่เป็นภาระต่อราษฎร
It's a new generation of anti-government protesters that is making its presence felt in Thailand, shaped by the cycle of partisan street protests and military coups, with a few elected governments in between. This movement wants to put an end to this once and for all.
But the last couple of years, I've noticed a sudden consciousness. It's like they've reached a certain threshold. They've come to the certain realization that unless they do something, their country is going to go down the drain. And with that, they have no future. They have no jobs. So to me, there's a kind of a critical threshold, critical mass now among them. And unless it's accommodated somehow through compromise, through concession, we're going to see a lot of tension.
The protesters have other demands. They want the government of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to step down. And they want a new constitution to replace the one drawn up by his former military-led government. On this point, the government has signaled that it is open to amendments. A special parliamentary committee tasked with talking to the youth protesters has also been set up.
เราถูกแต่งตั้งโดยสภาผู้แทนเพราะฉะนั้นเราไปรับฟังในฐานะเป็นตัวแทนของประชาชนเราอยากจะรับฟังเขาส่วนของรัฐบาลเองผมคิดว่าจะเป็นการดีมากถ้ารัฐบาลพยายามที่จะเปิดหูเปิดใจแล้วก็ไร้อคติกับเขาอย่าไปพยายามผลักไสว่ากลุ่มผู้ชุมนุมผู้มีความเห็นต่างเนี่ยเป็นศัตรูทางการเมืองซึ่งจริงๆผมว่าไม่ใช่
The authorities have largely looked on benignly, but the brief arrest of two activists last weekend show they're not likely to stand back and let the protests go on forever. The call to reform the monarchy has also upped the ante and could signal the beginning of a longer ideological battle with the pro-royalists. The protesters have a slogan, "ให้มันจบที่รุ่นเรา." In English it means, "Let it end with our generation." A strong signal that these young people intend to fight for the future of their country to the finish. Thammasat, CNA, Bangkok.